All right, all right, all right. All right, good to be back. Hola, Oscar.
Good to be anywhere today.
Yeah, I know, right? How's it in the North Pole?
It's beautiful.
Oh, I can
Gonna
see
melt
that.
all the ice caps and flood you guys out in Jersey.
Well, it is getting kind of chilly out there, but
It's up in New York. It's going to be about 85 this weekend,
oh,
and
really?
back in the full blown summer heat wave coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I was just about to start pulling the coats and the boots out.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. We
Get
haven't
at
had,
your beach.
what,
You can get at your
honestly, we
beach
have not
thong if you
had
want.
a bad winter in a while. So me, I won't be anticipating one this year because we've totally messed up the ozone layer. So you know,
It is what it is, and we, as well, at least in New York, whatever happens, happens, and we're ready for it. Whether it's whether it's 2 feet of snow or a 70-degree July or 70-degree January we had a couple of years ago.
well, you know what? Why don't we move to Buffalo? Or Alaska, where the snow covers your house, and I had a friend of mine that lived in Alaska, and she said that uh, she could hear the moose walking on top of her house when it snowed. Okay.
Yeah, that's never a good thing.
And she said sometimes
For
if
so
you
many reasons, that is just not a good thing.
and she said sometimes they're bigger than your house, you know,
You sure it
depending
wasn't
on.
reindeer?
No, it wasn't the reindeer. She
Wasn't
said this
Santa
thing
hanging
was
out?
the antlers were like, those ones that have the big antlers that you know
Yeah,
the thick antlers. Yeah, those
yeah,
guys.
those are moose antlers, and they shed those. It's so wild.
Yeah, and they shed them. Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. Um, so she said that if you get them upset, they attack your house.
Yeah,
Like
they are.
they can cause some serious damage to your house. So these things are no joke. I remember when I was going to the Philippines, uh, we stopped in Alaska, and the airport had a stuffed wolf in it. I was like, that is unusual.
That's quite unnerving.
But listen, this thing was as big. If he stood up on his hind legs, he would have been at least 4 to 5 inches taller than me.
Yeah, we had a live wolf at our library. Somebody brought it in from the wolf sanctuary up here in New York. Those are
Hmm.
very, very large animals. And the most surprising thing was it yawned. And you know how big a dog's mouth gets?
Hmm.
Well, like double it. It just, it was like this thing. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big wolf.
So, just saying, not moving to Alaska anytime soon, but we have a great program for those who are going to be watching today. We have none other than the infamous, most famous Miss Kim DiGiacamo up
I got
in
some stories
here.
to tell
Up
you about
in
her.
here. What's that?
I got stories to tell you about her.
Really? Oh, good.
Yes,
You can tell me them later because you're up.
I'm going to tell them online.
All right, go ahead and share your portion, my friend.
Sure. My name is Oscar Pell. I am an independent associated with Legal Shield and ID Shield. It just came from a meeting with my local chamber. And one thing we discussed is the need for legal representation in small business. Small businesses happen to have the same problem that big businesses have, except they don't have the financial resources to pay $500-600 an hour to get advice from their lawyer, or every tenth of an hour. You know, your lawyer charges you every 6 minutes. So when they call you up, how you doing? Fine. Stop telling them that. Just get to your whatever point you want to get to, unless you have Legal Shield, which means you pay for your law firm once a month at a low monthly subscription. Pick up the phone, ask that lawyer anything you need to run your business, to run your household. If you have not been treated well by a big business, have them send a letter, make a phone call on your behalf. You'd be amazed how quickly they turn around and call you by your last name. As I got, Mr. Capel, we're sorry for the misunderstanding. Here's your $500 that you were asking for. It's very, very, very satisfying to have a large law firm in your back pocket. We also do identity theft restoration, not prevention. We just had all of our social security numbers taken. Just a few million credit cards numbers were taken the other day in a data breach. So what we need to do is find out when someone is using our numbers, because they're not stealing our identity, they're stealing the numbers that point to us. Find out when those numbers are being used. We get alerted. We call our representatives, and then a licensed private investigator is put on the case to resolve the problem. I think we've had 100% resolution on these problems so far. Really good thing to have in your pocket, both an ID Shield and Legal Shield app. You know, also if you have teenagers that drive, or you drive like a teenager, you might want to have that app handy in case you get a speeding ticket anywhere in the US, 24/7, 365, that protection around your family. We also donate a portion of every sale to Our Rescue, which is a nonprofit that deals with unfortunately the trafficking of humans, and especially minors. And we have, right now we have 300,000 undocumented kids that have come in that have been lost in the system. This needs to stop. We need to put a stop to this. We need to protect the children. Our kids that are here and the ones coming in need equal protection. So that is what we do to protect your family, your business, and your neighbors. Give us a call, 646-578-7097. Talk to me directly, and let's see how we protect you, your family, and your neighbors. Phil, back to you.
Oh wow, that's again, that is always some great information that you give, Oscar, because most people, first of all, don't have legal protection. I thought about what you said the other day, and it makes so much sense to me, which doesn't happen often. So don't start nodding too fast. But you were talking about. I was looking at my an agreement that I had to sign, and I was like, there's so many words in there that I was like, let me get my
Hmm.
AI dictionary. So and so, what does this mean? But even when you have your Google attorney available, it's still not enough because
Google, Yahoo, and Bing is the legal attorneys that most people have. Most of the information does not is not accurate. It might be outdated, and this is why Legal Shield has one dedicated law firm per state. Every state
Mhm.
has different legal requirements and different legal things that. So, like we say, you get your will, living will, healthcare power of attorney as part of your subscription. But if I have my will here in New York, if I move to Florida, I need to amend that will because their laws are different. So I can amend it every year if I want, and that's important to make sure you have updated updated will and limited and power of attorney to make sure that your wishes get fulfilled. Dying without a will, the state will let your descendants know what money's going where, and they really don't care. They just spread it out.
But I mean, for the most part, most people don't think they're going to die. I,
Unfortunately, that's a game we all play, and it's going to
it's the
happen.
Russian
Might as
roulette
well,
of
yeah,
society. Like, oh, what? Dying? Oh, no, that's never going to happen to me.
yeah. Get prepared.
So that's why we have Miss DiGiacamo on today because she covers all that great stuff, the wealth building stuff, she is like a cowboy with like 16 different guns on them.
She's a Swiss Army knife of financial education. That's what she is.
If you have not met Kim DiGiacamo, then you're definitely about in for something. So let me before I get started. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my headset on because I think that's like I am going to do this so I don't disturb the neighborhood. Can you hear me?
I
Uh-huh.
can hear you. And I said, my cat just decided he wanted to wake up, and it's feeding time because it's food o'clock whenever he wakes up.
Ah, I love cats because I think cats have their own thing going on.
Yeah, dogs have owners, cats have staff.
Yeah, I totally 100% agree. I don't think my headset is being picked up.
Oh
Let's,
no.
hmm.
Let's bring Miss Kim on. I know she's waiting to
You know
get
what?
on.
That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan.
Information
Let's do that. And here we go. One, two, three,
is
four.
Kimmy. Ba-dum-bum-bum. You
Hi,
your your
everybody.
your background is
Hello.
Hey,
backward.
Mr. Giacomo.
Oh,
You got
please.
you
I
got
look like I'm like a ghost and my background's backwards. So yeah.
a welcome to
So
my
we're doing
life.
good today. We're doing good today.
I
I
think
got
we're
like I said,
doing
I got
really
stories
well.
about
Here
Kim
we go.
DiGiacamo.
Look, I
There we
fixed
go.
it.
Oh
See?
man,
Look at
I can't wait to
that.
So,
tell my I can't wait to tell
And
my
I only
stories
have
about
one
Kim.
arm. So, we got, oh, wait, one arm, two arms. Okay, good. We're good.
so Miss
You-
Kim DiGiacomo, tell us a little bit about yourself. For those of us who don't know you.
So
Shame on you.
I don't know who doesn't know me, but okay, I'm going to tell you anyway. So my name is Kim DiGiacamo. As you can see, I am the money multiplier. So we educate people on ways to better handle their finances, show them how to save money, show them how to pay off debt, show them how to basically take their finances, take an overall look at it, and see where you're overspending, see where we can save you money, see where we can take that money and start making it work for you. There's so many opportunities that we have out there, and I know dealing with what everybody's dealing with now, there's a lot of opportunity out there for people to utilize these programs that we offer to help them get financial freedom. That's our goal, is to achieve financial freedom. We have many different ways to do that, and that really in a nutshell is what we do here. Is everybody wants to have that financial freedom, right? We want to be able to go out, do the things we want to do, travel, spend time with our families, have that work-life balance. And we show people how to do that, in a way that everybody can do it. It's not just for the rich or people that, have the ability to do that. It's for everybody. And we have a solution for everybody that we come in contact with. We have great partners that we work with. We have a lot of different strategies that we can show you. And I think the bottom line is education, is educating people on things that they don't know about. And there's so many things out there that people just have no clue, or they do and don't understand it. So when you don't understand something, we just don't we tend to put it to the side. So this is having a conversation with me, my partners, the people that we collaborate with. It's just giving you that background, that understanding of where you are and where you can be if you just kind of take a short, it doesn't take a lot of time just to understand your finances, understand where you are, and for us to understand where you want to go and help you get there. So that's what we do basically. Short story, short and long of it. So
But the quick question is, do people know where they want to go?
you know what? That's a good question. Because no, there's a lot of people that, what's funny to me, and it's not funny, but most of the people I talk to really just live for the moment, right? They live for now. They don't
Mhm.
they don't think about what the future is going to bring, what retirement looks like. I ask a lot of my clients, if you live to 100, do you have enough money to be able to live that long with what you're doing at the moment? And most people are like,
Never
I
thought
don't.
of it.
I never thought about it like that. And no, I don't really know if I do or not. And probably 85% of the time, people are like, no, I don't. right? Because
Yeah,
it's
like I
just
said,
the moment.
most people spend more time planning a vacation
Yep.
than they do their retirement. That running out of money is, you talk about people that we talked about earlier. They don't think about dying. Even worse, they don't think about where that money to live is going to come from. The old story of the people, eating cat food and dog food because they ran out of money at the end of the month.
But yo,
It's
wait,
Hmm.
wait, hold on. If we're going to talk about cat food and dog food, all that has changed. Okay, I was
Yeah, because
watching
that's
the.
expensive now.
Have you
You can't
seen the
even eat that.
farmers? Have you seen that farmers dog food?
Uh-huh.
It's real food, and
Yes,
it's gumbo,
that's
frozen
right.
gumbo that
Hey,
they
I
just.
make my own dog food. I make my dog's food. They're
I'm
spoiled.
Yeah.
just
They get
saying,
rice and turkey and chicken and all kinds of stuff, and
dogs
I
eat like
make it for
champions
them.
now. They
Yeah.
gourmet. They have gourmet, caviar,
Mhm.
caviar dog food.
So, Kim,
It's
before we
true.
go
It's the
down that
truth.
crazy, you do too. Like I said, I got stories about Kim, and I know you want to hear it. Kim has gotten my cable bill down like to half. Before I got my Medicare card, she got my medical insurance in half. Right now, we're working on changing my phones over to less. So, I mean, I owe you. Next time we go to dinner, dinner's on me. From what
Thank
I have,
you. I
I
appreciate
have
that,
saved.
Oscar.
Cocktail.
Thank
Not you,
you.
her,
Cocktail.
her.
Oh, sorry.
He said me, Phil,
Oh,
not
okay.
you. He said
Sorry.
me.
I mixed it up. He was pointing, and I wasn't sure where.
You, I'll bring muffins too, maybe. Oh,
If you're
there we go.
lucky.
We hit that nerve. Um, so here, with what you're doing, you're helping people save money. The other thing you help people do is start a business. Being able to become your own boss and everything. I mean, I have books. I don't know if you guys can see this. More relaxing, less taxing. It says you would be brain dead not to own your own business. The tax advantages. This is a CPA that found out that her. I think her story is she was doing someone's taxes for years. He's always paying, and in one year it's like you're getting like $4,000 back.
Mhm.
She's looking at, oh, he started a home business. He bought at that time it was a fax machine, this and that. The part of his house that he's using as an office now all become deductions. I mean, if you don't know the way that the money game is played in the U.S., you're getting taken advantage of. We everybody's a business. You have a partner called the government. The government is going to take 33% of whatever you make because they're your partner. When you're in business for yourself, you change that dynamic, and now your partner has to wait for the money, not take it out,
Mhm.
up ahead of time. So, books like that, 7 simple ways to legally stop paying taxes, reduce your taxes by starting a business. And if you want to fill in the gaps there, talk about what you
Yeah.
do to help people.
So yeah, that's a great topic to talk on. We do teach people that even having a little, we call it a side hustle. That's what we call it. So a side hustle is having just a little business on the side that you make some money that you're able to uh write deductions. Like I have a home office, I can write off part of my my mortgage, or part of my electric, part of my wireless bill, things like that. You can write off food for entertainment, there's so many things. So at the end of the day, as a W-2 employee, you're subject to whatever they want to charge. Your tax deductions are your tax deductions. You don't get any take anything extra. You don't get any of that stuff. So with a side hustle, you're able to get that, and that in essence lowers your taxable income at the end of the year if you can, find an opportunity that you like. And this is what I tell people too. This is important. When I went into my own business, I have all these little side hustles that I have, and I love doing those. So it's important that we find something that we enjoy doing, because that's important as well. But people need to understand that these side hustles are extremely valuable. And the other thing that I tell people too, which is really good to understand, is to have residual income. A lot of people don't know what residual income means. So residual income means doing a job once and getting paid over and over and over again for that same job. So if you go to your job, 9 to 5 job every day, and you don't go to work the rest of the week, what's going to happen? They're not going to pay you again just for working that one day, right? You have to go back into the office to work again to get paid again. With residual income, when you find a side hustle that gives you residual income, things like that, you're going to be able to create a stream of income that comes in month after month, year after year, and you don't have to do that same job again,
I
right?
call
You
that
just
I
keep,
call that mailbox income. It's like, oh, I got a
yeah,
check in the mail. Oh,
exactly. It's perfect. It's like, why wouldn't you take advantage of that? Why wouldn't you take advantage of having a side hustle that could potentially lower the taxes that you pay at the end of the year? Because, I mean, let's be honest, when you're looking at your paycheck, I just had this conversation with my son yesterday. He's like, they take out Social Security, take out for unemployment, they take out for federal, they take out for this, but by the end of the day, you're left with whatever. And then he goes, oh, but I don't make a lot of money, so I'll get it back at the end of the year. I go, that's not necessarily the case. You'll get some, but you don't get all of that back. He's under this
Especially if
impression
you're
that he's getting
single.
all back. What?
Especially if you're single.
Yeah, exactly. So you have nothing to write on. You have no. He doesn't have any medical expenses. He doesn't have any dependents. He doesn't have. So you know that doesn't necessarily work that way. But if you had and I had the conversation, we're going to start a little side business for you, whether that be a little construction business or handyman business or whatever it may be, something that he can use at the end of the year to help him when it comes to doing his taxes.
yeah. If,
So
if
yeah,
you're
having
living if you're living in 2024 and have
Mhm,
not found a way to make money online,
mhm.
you
You're
you
You're
missing
you
the
not
bought
boat.
the
looking.
ticket.
You're
You
You're
missing
bought
not
the
the
boat.
ticket.
looking.
You didn't. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You bought the
You're not
ticket. Didn't
looking.
see the show. It's like,
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
It
And there's
is
so many opportunities. It's crazy.
the
Just
world
within,
the
crazy.
world changed. The world changed in uh during COVID, right?
Hmm.
COVID made us an online internet, there's so many millionaires that were made during COVID
Hmm.
because
Yep.
of all the online businesses and all the stuff that started opened up. And even ACN, they had some of their best years
Yep.
during COVID
and
because
like focus on you and the
Hmm.
PNN network.
CNN network, we launched in during that time, and it's just getting even better with AI being a part of everything that's going on. For some people, AI is not good news, but for others, it's like great news.
Hmm.
I've been using it, so I know it is enhanced everything that we're doing, and it's even going to get better. So, Kim, what are some of the messages you'd love to get across about your services to your
Um, I,
audience?
I mean, really, what it comes down to is just have a conversation with me, right? Learn and educate yourself about what's available, what is out there to help your family, help you get on the right track to being financially free, to be able to live the life you want to live. So many people nowadays are just living day by day, month to month, and paycheck to paycheck, right? We want to change that for people. We want to show you there is a better way. There is a better way than working 3 jobs and not having time with your family because you're working all the time and struggling and that puts a toll on everything in your life. You know, your relationships, your family, yourself, stresses, things like that. We can educate you and help alleviate all of that, right? We can give you solutions that are going to give you the ability to not have to deal with all that anymore and live that dream life. I just had a conversation with somebody today about a vision board, right? I always wanted to do a vision board and I wanted, put all these things on there that I want, right? I have a goal to retire in 5 years. I have a goal that I'm going to, have a legacy for my kids and my family to be able to pass down to them that they're taken care of. I have all these goals in life, and knowing what I know is affording me that ability. So I want to teach what I know to other people so they can have that same ability to be able to do the things that I'm doing, right? To be able to, I live a modest life, right? I'm not rich. I'm not poor. I'm not, I'm comfortable, right? That's our goal for people is to make you comfortable, right? We don't need to make you mega millionaire. We don't need to do all that stuff. We just need to make you where you can wake up every day and smile and say, hey, you know what? I don't feel like going to work today. I'm going to take the day and I'm going to go out with my kids today, right? I'm not going to go to work today, right? I'm going to start my own business, right? How do I do that? We can show you how to do that, right? How do I go from my 9 to 5 job? I worked 9 to 5, 25 years of my life, right? And I hated every second of it. I hated going to work every day and somebody telling me where I needed to be, when I needed to be, how long I needed to be. I can't take vacation. I can't take a day. I can't go see my kids' game, whatever that may be. Having your own business or starting something that eventually could be your full-time gig, maybe that could be your full-time job down the road. But you need to start somewhere, right? And education is number one, right? Educating yourself about what's available and what can help you to achieve that financial freedom, right? That's everything that we do hinges around that, right? Financial freedom. How can we accomplish that? And so many people today have fallen into the trap of, this cycle of credit card debt, and, they have mortgage and they have, phone bills that are $300-400, when they can be paying half of that. And like Oscar said, health insurance is out of control, right? Even if you work for somebody and they're giving you insurance, you're still paying an astronomical amount of money. If we educate you on how to pick your plans and how to better navigate through that, you're going to save yourself thousands of dollars a year that can go towards something else, right? So just things like that we can help you with takes a one conversation with us, and we can show you how to get you on that path to get there.
Wow. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot that you offer there. And I think there are people, once they understand that, they will be able to kind of like start even just kind of saving some money,
Right.
especially in this kind of an economy, right? You have to be able to kind of be wise. And no matter what economy, I think people stress too much on certain things because it's your mindset
Mm-hmm.
and in the space that you're in. There, no matter what things look like on the board, there are people that are making money no matter what. With
Mm-hmm.
residual income, I'm learning every single day, Kimmy, that there are people that no matter what, who is in office, no matter what the government's doing, up, down, left, or right, they are still making money.
They
And
Mm-hmm.
know the game.
it's
That's
right.
right.
And there are people who just they're so unaware of this stuff that they're like, oh man, if I don't just do the 9 to 5 thing, I'm not gonna make any money. And there
Mm-hmm.
are people that are just like, well, okay.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you something about that too. That's called security, right?
Hmm.
Having a 9 to 5 job, people feel secure. They feel secure that they have a check coming in week after week, month after month, year after year, right? People
Hmm.
like that security. When you have your own business, you don't you don't have that as much security, right? Because you're your own boss. You're the one that's going out and looking for those customers, those clients, whatever it may be. You're the one that's in charge of it. So there's a little bit of uncertainty. You don't have that security, and people like security, right? They put their
Well,
money in a 401k because they think that's what you need to do. That's what they were taught to do. You put your money, you get life insurance because that protects your family. And it's amazing how so many people that only 45% of it, I don't even know the exact number, but there are so many people don't even have life insurance that if something happens to them, their family's not protected, right? So there's so many things out there that people aren't doing that they really need to get educated on and learn about in order for their lives to be, the way it needs to be.
so
Um,
Hmm.
I want to throw a wrench in the works of what you're saying, because
mhm.
people say, "Oh, I got job security. I'm working at." What happened during COVID? 40 million people that had job security all of a sudden had zero job
Correct.
security. And
Correct.
and in that time, who made it through were the people that had their side hustles.
That's
That
right.
now they were able to kick up their side hustle and bring
Hmm.
in the money while they weren't working. So there's a book, I believe it's called The 10% Entrepreneur, that says
Hmm.
start small, but do something in case that the the jobs are not secure. And with AI, as Dr. Phil just said, AI is taking over things. those self-driving cars, self-driving trucks. I mean, imagine if you were, spent your whole life studying to be a toll collector at a bridge.
Yep.
When's the last time you've seen anybody at a toll? You're working. Oh,
Very
I got
rare.
a good job. I'm working at a bank. Really? Ally Bank has no branches.
Nope.
It's all online.
Capital One as well. They're working on getting, totally tech, having a
My
total
bank
tech
has
environment.
taken two. Yeah, they my bank has taken two teller spots and replaced them with these giant machines that does everything the teller does on a touch screen.
Hmm. Yep.
So the only thing they need is the drive-through person. They don't even need anybody down on the floor. It's crazy.
You know,
Yeah. Yep.
what I mean. What we're saying is absolute. The money multiplier, and KMD Wealth Management is there for you as a resource, and that's what
Hmm.
we're pointing at. Is Kim is built a company, has been doing this company for how long? You been doing this? Like
Probably. I mean, that this part of the business about 5 years now. Yeah.
5 years. Yeah,
Mhm.
but you've been you've been
Oh,
working
my
for
I've been in
yourself.
my own business for 15. I did
Yes.
insurance for most of that, but this part of the business has been really grown over the last 5 years because there is a true need for it. There's a
Mhm.
true need. People are wanting the help. And that's why this kind of evolved from, and like you said, in COVID, a lot of my business got shut down in the insurance industry because I did a lot of work in nursing homes and things like that, and we could not go in there, right? We weren't able to do that anymore.
Mhm.
So a lot of the business, and like a lot of people that have their own companies or their own side hustles or whatever, they had to reshift a little bit, right? And then when they reshifted, there was a lot of opportunity there because there was a need for a lot of opportunities that people weren't able to get, right? So we created opportunities for people. um so that's kind of how this kind of whole thing evolved, and then collaborating with people like Oscar and you, Phil, that we created a whole um slew of opportunities to help people, right? To help people get on their feet and be and achieve those goals that they want.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we just want you to check us out. Check out what Kim is doing. Moneymultiplierpro.com. That's her
Mhm.
website. Also, any final words, Kim, that you'd like to?
All I can say is, listen, reach out to us. We would love to help you. We have a lot of great opportunities, and I think if you take a look at what we have to offer, you're going to find that you're going to be able to achieve those goals quicker than you think, and then we'll be able to get you on that path to where you need to be, and you'll be amazed at what we can do and show you. So yeah, so just reach out to us. We'll be happy to have a conversation and show you the strategies that we can offer.
Awesome. Thank you so
Hmm.
much
Yep.
for coming on, Kim.
Yep.
Oscar, any final words?
I am trying to find a background to show you guys, but I can't find
Mm.
it right now. Um, yeah, and again, what Kim is saying, and we'll repeat again, be prepared for what's coming. Be prepared
Yeah.
with your insurance. Be prepared.
Hmm.
Make sure you have a will, living will, healthcare power of attorney. Make sure your identity is being protected with everything that's going on. The world
Hmm.
is like the wheels are coming off the wagon. You
Yes, they
need to
are.
be
Hmm.
prepared for what's going on.
Hmm.
Well,
Start small.
I wouldn't put it like that. I would say that things are changing rapidly. Like as far as technology, as far as innovation, and it's just a matter of us keeping up with what's needed. You know, it's really about adjusting, and Kim knows about that. You
Yeah.
know, you got to make changes to what you think you was the norm yesterday is not the norm today. You
Right.
wake up today, the norm you had yesterday is gone, and the norm today is different. So,
We just had an earthquake, another earthquake in California. We have volcanoes going off all over the place.
Hmm.
Things are changing. Here, this is the background I was looking for. The AI is coming to get you.
Like you're out. But yeah, I mean, you just have to, like Phil said, you just got to change with the times. You got to evolve. You got to grow with the way things are going, changing and the way the world is moving, and you got to move in the same direction. If you kind of just have that old mindset, you're gonna find that you're gonna be in and put yourself in a situation you don't want to be in, right? So,
Mhm.
we just have to be educated. That, I mean, I keep saying education, 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 education is the most important thing here, right? Learn and understand what your options are. Learn and understand that what's happening out there and how you can protect yourself. And like Oscar said, you need to protect yourself. That's reality, right?
That's
So
reality.
that's reality. Just understand that you have, I see stuff all the time, every day. I actually have my high school reunion coming up in September, and I see all these people that have passed away and have, died at a young age, or, people that are, living in their parents' basement or whatever the situation is because they're not adapting to what change brings. Change is always going to happen in our lives, and you have to prepare yourself for that. Right. So whether that be financial or, protecting yourself against, scams and identity, people trying to steal your identity, or, whatever that may be, you have to protect yourself. That's the bottom line. So we can show you how to do that. Everybody on this, the three of us on this call, have more options than you can imagine to help do that for you. So yeah, so it's important.
All right. Kim, thank you so much. Really appreciate
Welcome.
you coming on today.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone, for watching. This is Focus on You with Phil and Oscar, and we will see you again next week.
Next week.
Peace.
Yay. Bye.